Leicester fans, it's your turn for the 5 years on treatment. Before we go anywhere though, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Works wonders for the channel and it would be highly appreciated by me. And yeah, so Leicester City, you guys should have really been done yesterday. However, I kind of skipped to Liverpool and I've come back to you today. No reason, I just messed up and forgot about you. So yeah, apologies for that. Hurl some abuse at me in the comment section about forgetting Leicester. How can you forget Leicester? But anyway, the first thing I can spot from your 5 years on in the future is that Brendan Rodgers is still your manager. I didn't think Big Brendan would still be there, but 5 years on, Big Brendan is still there. So I want to have a little look at what he's been doing, and he's now been there for 7 years and 114 days. He only has that one FA Cup win in 2021 to his name, and he has just over a 51% win rate. So the question is, why is he still in charge of Leicester? And to get that answer, we need to have a little look at the overview to see how he's been getting on in the league. And as you can see, he's maintained a top half finish. With the lowest finish he's having was an 8th place finish. So clearly the board have went, okay, well, we'll give you a benefit of a doubt. You've done well previously, so here, carry on and get back to it, which is then put you straight back into Europa League contention, like with the most recent year finishing 6th in the table, if you can just see it up here. So not too bad at all. Question is, what's his transfer dealings been like? So we're going to start in the first year. So the first year, according to Football Manager, in January you signed 3. You signed Jesse Lingard, you signed Rafinha, and you signed David Neres. That's a very good signing. But you also sold Chowdhury, and you sold Iniacho to Spurs. Before Conte was signed, I would have said no to that. But now, with Conte in charge, he's going to be demanding some sort of money from Danny Levy. And that is a possibility. That's a realistic transfer for me now. Beforehand it wouldn't have been, but now it is. So, that's very good. For me, that's a very good transfer for the Spurs. The year after, you spent 65 million and sold 22. I'm not going to go through every single transfer. I'm just going to highlight the ones that I find interesting. So, obviously, at any point you feel like pausing, by all means, pause and have a little look at the list. So, if you're inbounds, this is where you signed Divock Origi. If you remember from the Liverpool episode, we spotted that already. As for your outbounds, though, Kasper Schmeichel moved out to Al Ain, is it Saudi, isn't it? United Arab Emirates. You also sold Mendy, Ayaz Perez, Amarty's left, Patson Daka on loan. Okay, I thought that was going to be a full transfer then, but it wasn't. Ryan Bertrand moved out to Saint Etienne on loan. As for the year after, whopping 213 million spent, but you've also brought in a whopping £226 million. Wow. I'm just going to leave that as a wow. First thing I'm going to say, that is a poor bit of business. And not because he's a terrible goalkeeper, because I actually think Onana is a great goalkeeper. It's 48.5 million. Moral of the story is, if you want to sign Onana, you sign him now, because you can get him for half that. So it just goes to show, in 3 years' time, when he's got himself back playing and he's regular appearing for Ajax, he's going to be worth 48.5 million. Who else? Man City signed him on loan. Whoever Noah Lang is. He's a Dutchman. He's also now on loan at Nice with a transfer, so obviously that's in the future. But you sold him for 37.5 million. I can't get over that Onana deal, man. Vincent Janssen. I was going to say that is Janssen that played for Spurs, and it is. He's since left for Thingy on loan. He signed Borja Mayoral. I absolutely love this kid. He's obviously not a kid, but he's not a kid anymore anyway. But I absolutely loved him on Football Manager 20 and 21. Absolutely class. As for your outbounds, so you sold Ndidi for 37.5. Yuri Tillemans moved to Milan for 80 million smackaroonies. Luke Thomas, whoever Luke Thomas is in your reserves, he joined Newcastle United for a mega £63 million. Right, here you go. Luke Thomas, you signed him from Leicester in the first couple of years. You can sell him to Newcastle for £63 million. There you go, bish bash bosh, you done. You can thank me later if you're on a low league save and you do that signing. And you also sold Joachim Anderson for 17.75. Not bad. Year after then, you spent 157 million. You guys are definitely spending the money, but you're also raking the money in. You signed Ben White off Arsenal. Or as we should say, Benjamin White. He doesn't like Ben White, does he? Todd Cantwell joined yourselves. Ben Davies signed as a part exchange as well on that deal. And then whoever Purvis Espinano is plays for Villarreal. That might be worth a shout. As for your outbounds, who did you sell? So you sold James Justin. I know James Justin plays for you. You sold him for 53 million to Newcastle. So Newcastle spent some money. I'm looking forward to the Newcastle episode just to see what money they've spent. And he also sold Wesley Fofana for £87 million to Chelsea. Wow. Okay, so the year after, the money just keeps turning here. You're literally getting rid of a whole team, signing a whole team, getting rid of a team, signing a team. Right, Bosko Satula. Croatian fella. I remember this kid. I think I do anyway, from a Loki Doki video a couple of years ago. Okay, anyone else? Whoever Giannis Antist is, you've signed him for a whopping 50-odd million, and he plays for Spezia. I think he might have been on loan at Spezia. Let's have a look at his career stats. Oh no, he plays for Spezia. Wow, okay. He plays for Spezia. That, if you can sign him for 3.8, he's going to develop. Make a note of him as well. This series is bringing you all the potential wonder kids here. Or at least the potential money makers. Okay, Che Adams was signed here. Zarraco. Who's Zarraco? Plays for Atletico Mineiro. Again, another player you could sign. He's only, what? He's 28 now, so that means he's 23 when they start the game. Stacey Bellis is a regen. As for your outbounds, you've also now sold Onana again. Well, you've moved him on this time. David Neres has gone. Abdul Mumim. Does he play for you already? No, you signed him earlier in the series from Vitoria. You've now sold Vincent Janssen here. Well, you've loaned him out just there. You've now sold Divock Origi for the same amount of money you sold him for, and that is your transfer business concluded. Overall, I would say you keep dismantling the squad and rebuilding. So I like to see. I see Brendan trying to do something on the game on the AI Brendan. That he's trying to build something. He's trying to do it. He's trying to get it right. And if it doesn't go right, then he's getting rid and re-signing. So it's a lot of money to keep turning over. The good thing is you keep making it back. Like for this year, 2 years in a row, you spent less than what you brought in, which is obviously always a good thing. So there's a couple of players obviously you've seen there that make the signing because you don't know, you might be able to in your saves get money for them in future as long as you can develop them as well. I'm definitely going to sign a couple. I think now there's a couple of players there that I'm going to bring in on my personal save and the rebuilds that I'm currently doing. So it's definitely a handy video for some of these players. Right, so let's have a little look at the squad now. And again, I'd like to say that I'm familiar with the Leicester squad, but there's going to be a lot of players here that are no longer around. So, at what point did you sign Danny Ceballos? Again, I must have went straight over that, but you signed Danny Ceballos. Again, like I said, I've said on the other episodes, I don't go for every single one, and I just stop on ones that I highlight and think that are interesting. But you still got Soyuncu, he's still knocking around. What's happened? Have a look at the squad again. Yeah, there you go. So obviously there's Ben White, but he's a signing. James Maddison, Harvey Barnes still knocking around. Maddison's wanted by Liverpool. So yeah, that's a big different squad. So I'm gonna have a little nose to see what has happened to Jamie Vardy, if he's still on the game. That is. Jamie Vardy's having a party. Bring the vodka and the Charlie. He is now ahead of the development at Leicester and unemployed after leaving Leicester in 2024, clearly retiring. So let's have a little look at his stats to finish. Wow, so okay, so this year in real life he still hits 14 goals, gets 6 assists, but next year is where he falls off it, and then the year after is even worse. Wow. Not the ending I'd like to say he had at Leicester, but I don't think it'll end like that. I really don't think he'll end like that. But yeah, so obviously at any point you want to say this. Obviously I know Jamie Vardy's an absolute legend for you, so just having a little look at anything around. His best mates are down here. Nigel Pearson, what's he doing? He's manager of Burnley. Oh yeah, we know that. Danny Drinkwater's a coach now. What's happened? He's done this again. David Nugent is under 18s manager. Claudio Ranieri, he retired at 74. Obviously, I don't think he had Watford on this save because I started this save before. Oh no, he did, yeah. Watford here. So after he leaves Watford in November 2022, he becomes Genoa's scout that he'll hold for 4 years before he retires. That's not too bad, is it? Good old Claudio Ranieri. Should really get his face put in, but what's Christian Fuchs doing? He's an assistant manager, unemployed, and Danny Simpson has retired and just not existing on the game anymore. So Leicester, that's you done. Let me know if you're happy. Oh, actually no, before we do that, let's have a little look at how you've been getting on in the cups. I'm a bit premature there. Oh yeah, it's going to be long ass this is, isn't it? Right, let's do FA Cup and Carabao Cup first. Let's go for the first season. So, third round and fourth round in the respective cups. And I've just done that by accident. Quarter final and the quarter final in the both cups. Fifth round and the quarter final in these cups. Lost to Man City both times. FA Cup, you finished fifth round. Carabao Cup, third round. The most recent season, Carabao Cup, fourth round, and the FA Cup, fifth round. So, not too bad. Let's add in the Community Shield, Europa League, and get rid of the FA Cup and Carabao. Well, don't need the Community Shield either, do we? Because you need to applying that. Actually, no, you would have in the first year, wouldn't you? Yeah, you did. There you go. Well, according to this, you lost 2-0. Okay, so Europa League, knocked out to Salzburg in the first round. Second year, you were knocked out in the second round to Napoli. Third year, you didn't appear at all, which is the year you finished 8th. Next year, you were knocked out in the qualifying to Boavitsa. And the most recent year, you made it all the way to Europa League quarter-finals, second leg, where you eventually lost out to Mainz on aggregate. So that then does now wrap up Leicester. So I'm glad you could tune in and have a little nose at that. Thank you very much. It sounds like I've got a crying baby in the other room. So we're going to wrap it up now anyway. And I will see you all very soon. Bye-bye.